Hi guys, I am Ace John Carol and I am going to discuss about the solid fuels and their characteristics. Solid fuels are mainly classified into two categories. First one is the natural fuels such as wood and coal. Second one is the manufactured fuels such as charcoal, coal, briquettes. So in this table, it summarizes the classification of solid fuels based on their origin and physical state. So the table clearly distinguishes between natural and manufactured fuels and further categorizes them into solid, liquid, and gaseous forms. Provide example for each category. So next is the various advantages and disadvantages of solid fuels are given below. So the advantages are they are easy to transport, they are convenient to store without any risk of spontaneous explosion, their cost of production is low, they possess moderately ignition temperature. In disadvantages, their ash content is high. Their large proportion of it is wasted. They burn with clinker formation. Their combustion operation cannot be controlled easily. Their cost of handling is high. So next, woods and their characteristics. The most commonly used and easily obtainable solid fuels is wood. And why? It's because wood is very renewable and easy to use. So next, so here in this slides, it presents the data on the composition of different types of wood, focusing on water, sugar, fat tar, cellular tissue, and lignin content. So it is presented in two tables. So in table 1, composition of various wood types. So in this table, it shows the percentage composition of different constituents in 4 types of wood. First one is the beechwood, second one is birchwood, and firwood, and also the pine wood. So in table 2, constituents of cellular tissues and lignin. So this table breaks down the main constituent. This is carbon, hydrogen, and the oxygen within the cellular tissue and lignin components of wood. So it reveals variation in the composition of different wood types. So fine wood, for instance, shows a higher sugar and fat tar content compared to birchwood. So the cellular tissue and lignin components are primarily composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, with lignin having a significantly higher carbon content than cellular tissue. So it is useful for understanding the properties and potential application of different wood types, and particularly in relation to their use as fuel. So next, so here in this slides, it provides data on the elemental composition of 3 types of wood, which is the pine, birch, and oak, and compares it to the average composition of cellular tissue in wood. So it presents in 2 tables and accompanied by explanatory. In table 1, elemental composition of different wood types. So this table shows the percentage composition of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen plus nitrogen, and ash and pine, birch, and oak wood. So in table 2 is average and composition of cellular tissue in wood. So it presents the average percentage composition of the main constituent in the cellular tissue of wood. So it simply indicates that the elemental composition of wood varies slightly depending on the type of wood. However, the differences are relatively small. All 3 wood types show a high percentage of carbon and followed by oxygen plus nitrogen, and also hydrogen. So the ash content is minimal in all cases. So next will be reported by Mr. Donald Balyong. Thank you.
My name is Donald M. Balyong, and this is the continuation report of S. John Farrell about solid fuels and their characteristics. So let's start. First is calorific value. Engineer A. Marvinsky determined the calorific value of different kinds of wood with the help of the samples taken out from the same tree at different distance from same tree. So in the table shown below, there are types of wood and their lowest calorific value and the highest calorific value. Ash. Ash content of wood is negligible. The ash contains of mineral water that is found in the wood itself. With the admixture of some impurities occurring during transportation, etc., the mineral matter distribution in the tree rather regularly. The ash contains of sodium carbonated. The ash consists of mainly potassium carbonated with varying degrees of calcium, magnesium and sodium carbonate, as well as manipulate quantities of iron oxidized, as quantities of iron oxide, alumina and silica. Pure ash is white and color. Moisture. A frequently felt tree anything from 40% to 60% of hygroscopic moisture, depending upon the species of the trees as well as season of the year. On exposure to atmospheric air, the moisture adheres up and reduced to 15 to 20% in about 18 months. On the exposure of a longer period, no appreciable changing had been observed. When wood seasoned in water, it absorbed nearly 150% of water by weight. Characteristic of flames. The nature of flames depend on content of wood. Pine and birch contain more tar and hides, born with a thick and bright flame, while aspen and alder balm with a dim, transparent flame. The light of the flame also depends on the tar content. Combustion characteristic. The lighter the wood, the more intensity it burns with a long flame. This is because it penetrates easily throughout the whole piece during combustion. If the wood is heavy, hard, the penetration of air remains difficult, and a concentrated flame results with the development of more heat at the point of burning. Ignition temperature. Wood ignite very easy. Ignition temperature. Wood ignites very easy. That is why it is used for light for fuels. The table shows type of woods and ignition temperature.
Liquid fuels and their characteristics. Liquid fuels can be classified as natural or crude oil, artificial or manufactured oils. These are the advantages of liquid fuels. They possess higher calorific value per unit mass than solid fuels. They burn without dust, ash, clinkers, and etc. Their firing is easier, and also fire can be extinguished easily by stopping liquid fuel supply. They are easy to transport through pipes. They can, they can be stored indefinitely without any loss. They are clean in use and economic to handle. Loss of heat in chimney is very low due to greater cleanliness. They require less excess air for complete combustion. They require less furnace space for combustion. Disadvantages. The cost of liquid fuel is relatively much higher as compared to solid fuel. Costly special storage tanks are required for storing liquid fuels. There is a greater risk of fire hazards, particularly in case of highly inflammable and volatile liquid fuels. They give bad odor. And lastly, for efficient burning of liquid fuels, specially constructed burners and spraying apparatus are required. Manufactured liquid fuels and their characteristics. Manufactured liquid fuels include gasoline, diesel oil, kerosene, heavy oil, naphtha, lubricating oils, and etc. These are obtained mostly by fractional distillation of crude petroleum or liquefaction of coal. The diesel fuel or gas oil is obtained between 250 to 320 OC during the fractional distillation of crude petroleum. This oil generally contains 85% carbon and 12% hydrogen. Its calorific value is about 11,000 kcal per kilogram. The suitability of a diesel fuel is determined by its certain value. Diesel fuels consist of longer hydrocarbons and have low values of ash, sediment, water, and sulfate contents. The main characteristics of a diesel fuel should easily ignite below compression temperature. The hydrocarbon molecules in a diesel fuel should be as far as possible the straight chain ones, with a minimum admixture of aromatic and side chain hydrocarbon molecules. Kerosene oil and its characteristics. Kerosene oil is obtained between 180 to 250 OC. During fractional distillation of crude petroleum, it is used on illuminant, jet engine fuel, tractor fuel, and for preparing laboratory gas. Used in domestic appliances, it is always vaporized before combustion. By using a fair excuse of air, it burns with a smokeless blue flame. Heavy oil and characteristics. It is a fraction obtained between 320 to 400 OC during fractional distillation of a crude petroleum. This oil on refractionation gives lubricating oils, which are used as lubricants, petroleum jelly, which is used as lubricants in medicines and in cosmetics, greases, which are used as lubricants, paraffin wax, which is used in candles, boot polishes, wax paper, tarpaulin cloth, and for electrical insulation purposes. Gasoline or petrol and its characteristics. The straight-run gasoline is obtained either from distillation of crude petroleum or by synthesis. It contains some undesirable unsaturated straight-chain hydrocarbons and sulfur compounds. It has boiling range of 40 to 120 OC. Some of the characteristics of an ideal gasoline are the following. It must be cheap and readily available. It must burn clean and produce no corrosion, etc. on combustion. It should mix readily with air and afford uniform manifold distribution. It must be knock resistant. It should be pre-ignite easily, and lastly, it must have a high calorific value.
Hello everyone, so in this video we're going to tackle about the topic gaseous fuels and their characteristics. So, from the word gas, gaseous fuels are fuels that is in gas form. So, ang example aning gaseous fuel is methane, propane, and butane, which were makita nato sa atong balay, especially kung magluto ta, kung hilig ta magluto, syempre naadjud ta ani kay kanimaan ang makaluto sa atong pagkaon. And mostly ani na gases composed sila ng hydrocarbons. Mga example sa hydrocarbon kay methane and propane, which na akong giingon gaina, and hydrogen, carbon monoxide, or mixtures thereof. So before we proceed to its characteristics, let's tackle about its advantages and disadvantages. So ang gaseous fuel daw kay it can be transferred through pipelines. Pipelines like tubo. So mapadali niya ang process sa pag-transfer sa iya na. And one of its advantages also kay they can be lighted at is. So dali ra nimo siya mapasiga. Like kanang maglighter ka, di ba? Kung naa kay lighter, nya naa kay gusto sunugon, like pak, ana ra nimo lighter, boom, nasunog ang papel. O ana siya kapaspas day. The third advantage is kay they have high heat contents and hence help us in having higher temperature. So this is very gamit siya especially sa mga cold countries kanang naa bitaw winter. Kay 'di ba basta winter kay tugnaw ka radyaw, ay tugnaw kaayo. So need jud nila mangita ng kuan something na makadugang ng heat sa ilang lawas aron di sila manigbi ana. So kaning kuan daw gaseous fuel kay maka-help siya kay dili siya musiga. So kung naa ka sa cold sa mga winter kuan countries, maka-help ni siya especially sa mga naay winter weather kay dali ra siya ma-light up. Mas kusog siya mo emit ng high temperature, ng heat temperature, so nanid sa atong lawas kun tugnaw. Fourth advantage of using gaseous fuel kay they can be preheated by the heat of hot waste gases, thereby affecting ganami in heat. Ang kwarto na na-full ng gas, nya asindihan nimo suga kay boom, buto siya, right? Because kana isa sa iyang property kay dali ra siya ma-preheat ng other kuan heat or hot waste ana. And then the fifth advantage kay their combustion can readily be controlled for change in demand like oxidizing or reducing atmosphere length, flame temperature, etc. The sixth advantage of using gaseous fuel kay they are clean in use. Exactly kay kung maggamit man ta ng liquid fuel, like ang example sa liquid fuel man kay kerosene or gas, ini kanang gas na kuha na in liquid form, kanang sa lampara ibutang. Kay magkanat man siya nya mag-itom-itom ang usaba, mag-itom ang kahoy nabutngan ana kung sindihan. Ang gaseous fuel is very clean siya kay waya may kuan, di siya kanat, dili man nimo siya makita, mao nang very clean. And they do not require any special burner. So di na niya need ng bisan unsa kay gas man siya. The next one kay they burn without any shoot or smoke and ashes. So of course, so gas man siya, so wala siya smoke na ikuan and wala siya ashes, unlike sa kung mogamit ta ng solid fuel like wood, and wala siya smoke na ikuan igawas like kung magamit ta ng liquid fuel, diba? Ang liquid fuel man basta ang uling basta but nga nato ng kerosene or something na liquid gas kay muasuman siya, grabe niyang asum, sakit imo mata. So dili siya parehang ana kay gas man siya. Is they are free from impurities found in solid and liquid fuels. Wala siya impurity. Wala tayong makitang insecurity. Charot. Wala tayong makitang imperfections sa iya. Kay, unlike solid na kung atong sigahan ang solid, kay na atay makita na itom, na nasunog, tungod sa kuan, sa heat, na ihatag ng kuan apoy, o ang gas, wala siya ing ana because gas has no form and free lang siya. So if there is advantages, of course, there is disadvantages. So what are the disadvantages of using gaseous fuel? Number one is need nato siya na ibutang sa very large tank. Kay nga naman need nato siya ibutang sa very large tank. Of course, mukanat man siya kay kuan man siya, dili man siya solid, di siya sa liquid, so waya siya form. So need jud dato siya is ibutang sa iska container na dito ra siya magpundo aron dili hazardous. Hazardous man siya but at least dili siya magkanat. Kay we all know na basta mukanat ang gas kay very delikado jud siya. Kay mag-cause siya, pwede siya mag-cause ng fire. And sunog. Oh, dili taganahan na magkasunog ta sa balay, di ba? So need nato na ibutang siya sa container tank. The second one is they are highly inflammable, so chances of fire hazards in parehas na akong giingon gaina ato siyang ibutang sa container tank because it is very hazardous. Need siya ay kanang makakause siya ng fire or very large fire kanang makatupok ng balay. So next, we're going to tackle the natural gas and its characteristics. So what is natural gas nga ba? So natural gas kay mao na ang mga gases na associated with petroleum deposits and is obtained from well-dug and approximate composition of natural gas is CH4, which is methane 70%, 70.9%, C2H C2H6 or ethane 5.10%, H2 which is hydrogen 3%, CO plus CO2, CO is carbon monoxide and CO2 is carbon dioxide 22%. So ang calorific value sa natural gas kay it varies from 12,000 to 14,000 kilocalories per cubic meter. Okay, so it is also colorless gas and is non-poisonous. So dili siya poisonous unlike other gas kanang makasuffocate, dili siya ing ana. Let's go to manufactured gases and their characteristics. So unsa may kuan sa manufactured gases? One example ata sa manufactured gases kay kanang LPG tank, I think. So manufactured gases are obtained from solid and liquid fuels. So manufactured gases kay combination siya ng solid and liquid fuel. And then some of the important manufactured gaseous fuels whose characteristics are discussed in the following sections are coal gas, blast furnace gas, water gas, producer gas, and oil gas. Let's tackle about the coal gas and its characteristics. So coal gas is obtained when it is carbonized or heated in absence of air about 1,300 degrees Celsius in either coke ovens or gas making resorts. So na siya specialized na dito siya i-heat aron makaproduce ani na gas. So ang characteristic ani na gas kay It is colorless and then having a characteristic odor. So naa siya colorless siya, nga naa siya kuan baho. It is lighter than air and burns with a long smoky flame. Blast furnace gas and its characteristics. It is a byproduct fuel gas obtained during the reduction of iron ore by coke in the blast furnace. Calorific value is about 1000 kilocalories per cubic meter. It contains about 20 to 25% carbon monoxide along with CO2, N2, etc. About one-third of this gas is used for preheating air used in blast furnace itself, while the remaining two-thirds is available for use in boilers after cleaning in gas engines. Okay, so contains much dust and is usually cleaned before use by dust settlers, cyclones, or electrolytic precipitators. Used for burning in special types of stoves called copper stove, where the furnace is preheated. Water gas and its characteristics. Water gas is essentially a mixture of combustible gases, CO2, which is carbon dioxide, and H2 is hydrogen, with a little fraction of non-combustible gases. It is made by passing alternatively steam and little air through a bed of red-hot coal or coke maintained at about 900 to 1000 Celsius in aerator, which consists of a steel vessel about 3 meter wide and 4 meter in height. It is lined inside with fire bricks. It has a cup and cone feeder and at the top, and an opening at the top for the exit of water gas. At the base, it is provided with inlet pipes for passing air and steam. Reaction supplied steam reacts with red-hot coke or coal at 900 to 1000 degrees Celsius.
Producer gas and its characteristics. Producer gas is essentially a mixture of combustible gases, carbon monoxide, and hydrogen associated with non-combustible gases like N2, CO2, and etc. It is prepared by passing air mixed with little steam over a red-hot coal or coke bed maintained at about 1100 degrees Celsius in a special reactor called a gas producer. These are the actions produced by the producer gases. Ash zone. It is the lowest zone that contains of mainly ashes, and therefore it is known as the ash zone, which is straightforward. The combustion zone. It is the zone that is next to the ash zone, and it is also known as the oxidation zone. Here, the carbon burns and forms CO and CO2. The temperature of this zone is about 1100 degrees Celsius. The following reactions take place. One more reactions. Distillation zone. In this zone, 400 degrees Celsius to 800 degrees Celsius, the incoming coal is heated by outgoing gases by giving sensible heat to the coal. The heat given by the gases and heat radiated from the reduction zone helps to distillate the fuel. Thereby, volatile matter of coal is added to the outgoing gases. Composition. The average composition of producer gas is CO equals 22.3%, H2 equals 8.12%, N2 equals 52.55%, and CO2 equals 3%. Its calorific value is about 1,300 kilocalories per meter squared.